Hello everyone, I am Arati. Today I'll be discussing about NTA UGC NET in English literature. Basically, there are two papers for this exam, paper 1 and paper 2. Paper 1 is a general paper and paper 2 is the main subject. If you are choosing English literature, you have to study in detail English literature for paper 2. You will get 3 hours for this exam and there is no negative marking and the questions are objective as per now. And this exam is the basic qualification for the post of assistant professors in colleges and universities in India. And if you get JRF, you can do research in your field of interest with a stipend, and it will promote your growth as a literature student. Okay, so now let us look at the papers. Paper 1 has 10 major areas. There is research aptitude, teaching aptitude, communication, data interpretation, information and communication technology, logical reasoning, mathematical reasoning, people development environment, comprehension and higher education system. Okay, paper 1 is very important in this exam, so we have to have a good idea about paper 1 and going through old question papers will be an effective way to crack paper 1. Okay, coming to paper 2 in English literature. Now they have divided the syllabus into 4 major areas, that is drama, poetry, fiction and short story, and the 4th area is non-fictional prose. Anything and everything can come under these 4 areas. It includes all literatures and all genres and everything. Okay, and in the exam they ask comprehensive passages and poems to check your level of understanding and your creative thinking, writing skills. Everything will be tested in this format in the exam. Okay, so there are various types of literature. British literature is a base for English literature, but you should also know about American literature, African literature, Canadian literature, Indian literature, post-colonial literature. Indian literature is also very important because we are students from India, right? So British literature, Indian literature should be given importance along with American literature. Then African literature, post-colonial literature, everything has its own importance in English literature. And after that you have to study in detail about language, the concepts, theories, pedagogies, English in use, then English in India, its history, evolution, future, then cultural studies, literary criticism, literary theory post World War II, then research methods and materials in English should also be given emphasis while studying paper 2. Okay, all the areas I mentioned above, like drama, poetry, fiction and non-fiction, can be so vast that you can't look each and everything in that. But when it comes to cultural studies, literary criticism, theory and all, the facts are just limited. That means it's not that it's not expanding, it's expanding, but so there are certain basic things that if you look into those things, it will always repeat in exams. Okay, it will be repeatedly asked in exams. So those areas, if you are studying wisely and intelligently, those areas can be given focus while you are studying. Okay, now let us understand what should you study for NTA UGC NET. So you have a syllabus right now. You have to continuously expand your syllabus in your own way. You are the creator of your syllabus. You can create your own syllabus. You can expand it because you have a basic syllabus in your hand. You can expand its syllabus. You can be updated. Then you have to know about all the major authors and their works from all the major periods in English literature. And you should know basically, I told you, basically British literature, that means English literature periods you should know. Then you have to know the authors and works from every literature, like British literature, American, African, Canadian, Indian, etc. And you should also know the major authors and works from each genres as well. Okay, so you should know an idea about major authors and works from all the major periods, all the major literatures, and all the major genres. Okay, then you should have a general overview about the socio-political events in literature, then the general trends that are happening, then the major movements, literary movements, then all the awards and other things, recent things that you came across in literature. Okay, then you have to have a detailed idea about the biographies of different personalities, details of texts. Okay, then summaries, themes, characters, episodes, quotations, different criticisms about the book, etc. Then coming to linguistics, criticism and theory, you should know the major movements, authors, works, terms, approaches and all. Okay. So you should understand that all the things cannot be covered deeply in this exam. Some things, some important factors, some important points that you think are important should be covered in detail, but some things you can just deal in a very cursory manner. You should have an idea of everything, but you cannot have an idea of all the things in a deep manner. It's impossible. If you can, it's a very good thing, but the things you should know deeply should be known deeply, and some things you can have a general idea. Okay, and all the resources that you collect, every videos that you see is a guide to your own research and preparation, isn't it? You should work on it. You should do your own research, then only you can attain your goal. You can attain your goal. Okay, and in exam the questions will be generally based on the themes, characters, settings, symbols, motifs, important quotes, opening lines and ending lines of a book. That is very important. You should know it. Details of an author's life and period, then the publications, critical views on a text, etc. Okay. You should always refer a previous year question paper before jumping into studying for NET. Previous year question paper will give you a great idea about how the questions are like. You will have a lot of match the following questions and chronological questions, etc. So you should refer to the old question papers before studying any exam. That's my opinion, because the question papers are the reference basic or the major reference point for you to study an exam. Okay, then you have all these information in your hand. How will you remember? So you can remember with repeated study. You have to study and study. Repeated studying and revising will help you remember, and you should have a cross reference. Some things you can refer it with other things. A cross reference will help you to remember, and with all these you'll get your knowledge will widen, and naturally this studying will not be a burden for you. It will become your passion. If you have real interest, it will become a passion and you will automatically remember. And I have just a code for me, like ULMR is a code that I follow, that is understand. U means understand, L learn, M memorize, R revise. First and foremost, when you're studying, you should understand what you're studying. And after that, you just learn. Learn means understand. First you understand, then learn it. Then after learning, you have to memorize. You have to remember it. And then how can you remember? Then you have to revise it, go through it a million times. A million is not possible. 2 or 3 times you have to go through it. Okay? You have to remember that knowledge is endless. We cannot study everything before we pass the exam. And studying, is a lifelong process, isn't it? So you have to believe in yourself that you will pass this exam, then you'll definitely pass this exam. Whatever you feed to your subconscious mind is what happens to you. Okay, so you should have this thorough belief in you that you will pass this exam. Whatever may happen, how many times you may fail, no, this is not a matter. You should always remember the story of Abraham Lincoln. Okay, his life story is so inspiring that whatever may happen, you will continue with your journey, with your goal. Okay. One quote that I always remember is that success is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. That means you can get inspired by a lot of people, but you should also work hard. Continuous hard work will definitely lead you to success. You have to trust the process. You have to have a goal, make a plan, and you have to attain maximum knowledge. And you have to go in the right direction. Then success will be yours. Okay? Success doesn't come and find you. You have to go out and get it. There is a famous quote. Okay? So don't sit idly in an idle manner. Just get up, do your duties, reach your dreams and fly high. You can use techniques like, intelligent guesswork can be used in exam, but it should be intelligent. Intelligent guesswork can be used. Then, strategic elimination. When you see 4 options, you can eliminate certain options and coming to the final conclusion. Okay, so such techniques can be used in the exam hall. So I'll be here to help you in my manner. I can give you I can lend you a helping hand. It's not a helping hand, we can share. Basically, we can share our knowledge with each other and grow. Both of us can grow and bloom in a wonderful manner. And we can dive deep into the happiness and into the depths of English literature. And, we can be and make this world a beautiful place, isn't it? Getting a job is a very important thing for everybody. And if your passion becomes your job, there is nothing more happier than that, isn't it? So, study from now on, have a routine, be motivated, keep yourself motivated, and enjoy the process. Okay? Thank you and see you in another video.